What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode. I'm Bobby.
Hey, this is Chi.
I'm quickly realizing that Bobby's doing like 90% of the work on the podcast. It always been like 75, but like recently it's gone up to 90. I've had a lot of life changes recently, and yeah, he's picking up the slack for sure, and I appreciate it.
Thank you, Bobby. Thank you guys for holding down the fort. I have been MIA, but I am officially back. I am going to do my best to be a lot more consistent with showing up on the cast. And I've been taking a lot of time off. Had a huge trip out to Japan, which we'll elaborate on further down.
You look so funny. We're holding like, or is that? Is that called a fifth? Is that what that's called?
No, fifth would be more than
the big
that.
one.
Yeah,
Whatever. It's like the wino size of bottle.
Oh,
it's like a 375 milliliter right there.
Yeah,
So
I forget
this
what those
is a
are called.
375 of
That's a-
Tanqueray.
Yeah.
I asked Emilio for wine, and he just gives me a bottle of Tanqueray. I put some juice in the gin, and I'm drinking it straight from the
She's a
bottle.
wino,
Yeah.
at least right now.
Okay, so we've got a big announcement here. The DLG Con 2020 is underway. We now have postings and availability for rooms.
Woohoo!
You can find these on our Discord. There's a channel
Yeah.
dedicated to it, and this will be pinned there. And I'll also link it in the show notes, too, to make it easy for you. So this is going to be for, if you look down at the prices for the rooms, they seem like a lot. Like, for instance, our most expensive one, the master bedroom, is $1,000. Sleeps 2 people, though, so you could split that. But keep in mind, this is for 4 nights, 4 nights in San Diego.
Three nights, 4 days, right?
Is that how it broke down?
I think that's how it breaks down.
Okay.
Yeah, 4 days, 3 nights.
No, 4 nights, 5 days.
Oh, shit.
That's what it says
God
right
Did
now.
you say in San Diego you meant Vegas?
No, it's San Diego again.
Oh, crap. Heck yeah.
Yeah, during TwitchCon, September 24th through 28th.
And do yourself a favor before you like get all judgy. Just check out the house. It's fucking dope.
Yeah,
Like-
it's a mansion.
It's a
a little
mansion.
more inland than last time. We won't have the beachfront view, but it is a much bigger house, and it's in a very nice area out here called Mount Helix, way up top of mountain. So there will still be a view and lots of room. So the cheapest rooms are going for, let's see, 400.
For virtually entire week. That's not bad at all. That's awesome.
400, and that sleeps 2 people as well. So I mean, $400, you're paying $100 a night, which not a bad deal.
Ooh, I like the name of that room. Do you mind scrolling down a little bit? It's called the Liddy McTitty Nursery.
That one's only 250.
It comes with a crib.
I think Mini Del Macho will fit in the crib.
Okay,
Like
actually,
go in, empty crib, come out, who knows what.
there are cheaper rooms. That one you just described is $250, and there's another one that's $350. So lots of stuff available. We had a lot of fun last time. We're looking to make it even bigger this time with more people. Do a little more planning this time. Get some activities on the schedule and do a lot of group things, and actually see a little more of San Diego this time. So we're planning all this out. We have just released the prices for the room, so get yours booked in before it gets taken, and also prices will go up in April. So you got time.
Yeah, you got plenty of time.
Awesome.
We'll be hitting you with this info every episode. But like I said, do yourself a favor and click on. Do we have a link to this on our website? That probably would be good too, Bobby.
No, I should do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should make it real easy for people to sign this. And thank you,
Yeah.
Days, for putting this all together.
Thank you, Days. I had so much fun this last DLG Con. I think this next one, I would love to spend more time in the house.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's my only regret about this last con. It's like I didn't get to spend as much time hanging out with everyone. So the fact that this house is bigger, it's more accommodating for more people, and it's probably going to be in an area that might be a little bit more friendly for house parties or getting loud and getting together. I am stoked.
Nice.
So thank you, Days, for putting this together, and I can't wait to see you guys come September 2020.
Yep.
All right.
Those people in the picture are nowhere near as cool as us.
Oh yeah. What's up with that photo? It's
I
a
don't know.
generic
Yeah.
party photo. Can we? Maybe
From
it's just
photos.
the website.
Shutterstock.
Yeah, Shutterstock.
There's probably a default one in Google Forms.
We have so many good photos from DLG Con. We should definitely change that backdrop.
I saw Hot Ones. John Boyega, the black dude from Star Wars. He was talking about working for Shutterstock. He's like, I was 13 years old. Oh, by the way, he has a super strong, like, English thuggish accent. Like it's crazy, because it doesn't pick up at all on the movie. But anyway, he was working for Shutterstock, making $50 a photo. When he was like 13, he's like, "How could I turn that down? That's like really good money for a 13-year-old."
That's
And
awesome.
He's just like the token black dude in every picture for backpacks or whatever, stuff like that.
That's so cool for modeling.
Yeah, for modeling.
All right, so let's give a shout out to our sponsors here. Our first one, Insidious.
Yep, that's my company. You're going to be hearing a lot about it coming up. Thank you, everybody that like the early adopters that picked it up. Hearing really good things. Everybody loves it. Gee, I don't know. You talk about it.
I love Insidious. So I love, whether you love mild or spicy, it's a salsa that actually is made purely out of seeds and spices and oils. So it's so unique that it's hard to find anything like this anywhere on the shelves, anywhere at a restaurant. This is something that is like bred out of love and from an amazing family. So it's like the family recipe that you can finally bring home and eat with virtually anything. It complements. For me, I every time I come, I'm like, hey, you got any extra canisters?
She's
of
been
Insidious?
buying it like from
Like as a legitimate customer, and I love it because I love it with my eggs. It goes great. Like it's like virtually on anything that you would ideally put salsa on, or even on pizza. Like I wouldn't put salsa on pizza, but I would put Insidious on pizza.
Yeah, it
so
goes on
it's
lot.
just one of those. It's more like a flavor. It's got such a unique flavor profile. It'll enhance a majority of your meals. Like you could even probably throw this thing on rice, and it'll be really
that
good.
too. Yeah. I didn't even tell Chi that we were going to do a commercial. Like that was just all off the cuff. She really does like the stuff.
I do.
Yeah. So go to dlgaming.net and you'll see our little button for Insidious. And yeah.
And we had this at the last DLG Con, and everyone, like, we ran out at the con.
We ran out, yeah. It's good shit.
Great on your
But,
quiche. Yeah.
If you're a bitch about spice, it's not for you. Not even the original.
No mild.
All right. Well, let's talk about On the Radar, section of our show where we talk about games that have come to our attention, both old and new. Got a few of them on here. Let's start out with The Suicide of Rachel Foster. So this is a game that I saw on Steam. It's actually on sale right now, 25% off. You can pick this up for $13.49.
Oh, man.
Ordinarily $17.99.
Is this anything like that one movie on Netflix? I mean, that TV show, 13 something?
13 Reasons Why? No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
So I'll read you the description here. Now, this crosses me right off the bat as very Going Home. You remember that 2-hour game? Mm-hmm. Yeah, something kind of like that. A little bit of what became of Edith Finch. So coming back to the family hotel after years, a strong-willed woman finds herself trapped with the ghosts from her past and an old cellular telephone as the only way to unveil a terrible truth. Kind of feels like The Shining a little bit as well. Mm-hmm. But if you look at the footage here, it reminds me so much of Going Home. So it's kind of a period piece. Gone Home. Yes, that's right. I knew that didn't sound
much
right.
better graphics, like updated graphics.
Yeah.
To current standards.
Yeah, and the cover art for this game is a retainer. So I don't know what that means. Looks very weird. It looks like a butterfly.
A butterfly
almost.
Retainer.
Yeah.
She's got magic in her mouth.
No, you see butterfly. I see the shape of it, but it looks bloody. It looks almost like a murder object in the
Could you imagine getting taken out with a retainer? Like, we didn't need that person anyway. If you die to a retainer, I'm glad you got...
I don't think the retainer has anything to do with her death. I'm guessing that's just like kind of indicate her age or something, the age of a person. But
and they say the suicide, but who knows if it was a murder? The fact that it's just like in the snow. It could be a murder mystery.
See, look at this. We're all intrigued just from that one photo.
Oh, yeah. Her retainer does look like a butterfly. They did that on purpose. The retainer effect instead of the butterfly effect. That's hilarious.
That's a cell phone, but it's an old school one, like a brick.
Yeah, like a Zach Morris phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. This could be good, and the price is not too bad. I'm not in any rush to play another Gone Home, though, so I don't know. Maybe one of these days when it drops more in price, I'd check it out.
I enjoyed Firewatch and Gone Home. You know, I like walking simulators with good stories. We'll see how the reviews come out.
All right, next up, AI Dungeon 2. So this game, I saw a lot of people tweeting about it because, I'm on Twitter these days.
Whoa, bro!
You're on Twitter, Bobby?
Yeah, I have to. Sniper told me so. But AI Dungeon 2 is it's like Zork. Remember those old text adventure games? It is a text adventure game, but the AI in the game comes up with the responses to whatever you type in. So it's like a limitless text adventure. Like anything could happen. Like it's not scripted. The developers didn't write like, okay, if he types this, then this happens. Like it's all done through AI.
Is it free?
Yeah, it's free, and I couldn't download it because apparently their servers are just overloaded right now. So I wasn't able to get this game. I wanted to actually play it and talk about it.
Yeah.
I played AI Dungeon 1, but it wasn't nearly as good or the same. But everyone has been saying this is like really, really incredible. I mean, it's a text adventure, so obviously it's not, there's no graphics. You're just reading a lot and, weird things happen, but you have like a completely personal adventure.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's cool to see that even at this level.
Gosh. And I feel like, as AI gets better and better and better, we're going to have full 3D games that are more like this.
Yeah, I mean, that's the logical next step that everyone jumps to is like, can we do this with graphics?
Yeah.
Which, I mean, it seems like it'd be very difficult.
It'd be way down the road, I would imagine.
This is amazing.
It's crazy.
And like, instead of reading a book, why not try out a text adventure? People in chat are saying it's hard, but at the same time, you're unraveling literally a unique adventure, and no one can say from any game where it wasn't pre-constructed by developers, like you said, and then or like you're playing chess or something against AI. Like it's all kind of locked in. Like no matter what, you always feel the limits. Like it's a sandbox as an edge to everything.
Right.
But the fact that this is
has no edge.
That's smooth.
Theoretically,
yeah.
Yeah. But go ahead, Pop.
Oh, no, I was just going to say that if...
Unless there is an end to this adventure, probably.
Well, I'm sure it comes to a conclusion at some point. But when I played the first version, you could tell a little bit that it was being constructed by a bot. It started to sound like a Nigerian email scam after a little while.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There were parts of it. So, I mean, yeah, there's some things that kind of break it a little bit. But, speaking of that, this next game, the description of it sounds like just that, a Nigerian email scam.
You son of a bitch! You stole my segue.
Why did we put this up here then?
Someone put it in the Discord, and it was just too weird not to talk about. So
Okay.
it is a simulation game where you play none other than Jesus Christ.
Wow, look at this.
Why is he fondling this old woman's tits?
He's healing her.
I mean,
That's what
I
I
guess
call
it
it.
depends
He's
on
Sexual
the motion in the...
healing.
And then he makes a bunch of fish. Okay, so the description of this game: become Jesus Christ, the famous man on earth, in this highly realistic simulation game. Pray like him for getting superpower. Perform famous miracles like him from Bible, like casting demons, healing and feeding people, resurrection, and more in I Am Jesus Christ. That's the game.
Yeah,
name. I Am
and
Jesus
luckily enough,
Christ.
there's respawn in this game. One-time use respawn.
That's a resurrection joke, everybody. You don't get those every day. You're gonna find those at PC Gamer? No, you're not.
Oh, wow. So, yeah, this game is it looks too weird, but it looks like they're taking it completely seriously. The heavenly images and the clouds and everything kind of remind me of
Christianity
that Kanye
or the
game.
developers?
What's that? What did I say?
They are taking this really seriously.
Oh,
So-
yeah, the developers.
Both of them. Let's say both.
Both of them. Oh, look, there's the devil. You're casting him out. But, dang.
First of all, this looks terrible. Just because it looks like you could only do one action. It's like you just
Healing
praying.
hands.
Yeah.
Lay on hands.
Oh, you can lay on feet too. But I don't know.
The Last
It,
Supper.
it seems
is
like a
here.
big troll to me.
Yeah, I mean,
It does.
It seems
really
like
does.
But I don't know, man. There's screenshots, there's video, like there's nothing
Oh,
about
no,
the
no,
Steam
no.
page that makes it.
I think the game is real.
Yeah,
I don't think they set out to make a great game. I think they made out to make a funny game.
I don't know, man.
What
I
if
think
they-
these people are are completely sincere here. Who's the developer?
Sniper, get him on the phone.
This is Simulam.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I don't
Created by the owners of Chick-fil-A.
But gee,
That's Chick-fil-A money right there.
they weren't saying that game was hard. They were saying that GTFO is hard, which is Bobby. Get the fuck out. Otherwise, it's the modern day Left 4 Dead, and that's what they're going for. Except for
right
it's
up my alley.
instead of zombies, it's aliens, and it has. From what I see, I've been following this since the very first video that came out. I'm like, oh, this looks like my jam.
And it just came out today.
Yes.
Holy fucking shit.
Well,
I
it
wish I
goes
had more
early
time to
access
game.
December 9th, right?
That's today.
Today.
Today's the 9th?
Yeah.
Oh, man, time's flying.
Dude, it's flying. This month
almost
is
Christmas.
insane.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, it's dark. It's ominous. It really does look like alien, as in xenomorphs, the kind of aliens. I don't know if you have like a radar or whatever, but Cricket and Captain Gummy have been playing. Bobby, you sent us all beta. Where'd you get that?
I got it from that buddy of mine.
Oh,
and,
cool. Nice.
Yeah.
Did you send one to Chi?
No, I sent one to Sniper.
Oh.
Sorry, Chi.
Well, Chi was in Japan.
Yeah, that's
So-
true. But what was really weird about the beta is it said it started in October 25th. I was like, well, is it coming back? And then
That was
they
the
had
alpha.
a random. Oh, that was the alpha. Okay.
Yeah.
But then they had a random announcement. Okay, December 3rd, beta is live. And then I checked in maybe December 5th or 6th to play it, and I got the same screen said like, oh, it's not live right now. So apparently it was a very short window to play this game in its
Yeah.
beta.
No.
This is rad.
Wait, hold on.
This is going number 1 on my, well, number 2 on my Christmas list, because if you just I've already always wanted to play this game. I had no idea it was live now, and that gets me so excited. And the fact that they're saying that the game is challenging, boom, up my alley. Cooperative, not competitive, but cooperative, challenging gameplay.
I'm looking
shooter.
forward to playing this week. This is and
So you
Disco
think the
Elysium.
beta key that I sent you will work for
No.
its current state right now?
Because
Can I
okay,
afford this game? How much is it?
It's $35, but on sale for $31.49.
Okay.
So acceptable for a game like this.
totally.
I think you got bunk keys, Bobby, because it says
It wasn't bunk, dude. It was an actual like Steam gift.
Oh,
Yeah. If
I don't know. We'll figure it out later.
Yeah.
Because all that comes up is that screen that you were talking about. Still today. So,
yeah, I
don't
think
know.
it was only open for a very short period of time, or maybe they're just old. All right, last game, BioShock 4. So this has been kind of hinted at in news articles, and there's been a lot of things leaked to hint at another BioShock game. And it turns out, yes, there is a BioShock game. 2K has come out and said, yes, we're working on it. In fact, we've been working on it since 2015. However, the development has changed hands since then. So there was one company or one team working on it. Then they totally scrapped it, went right back to the beginning, said, let's make it again. So who knows what it's going to look like. It's definitely not the same team that made Infinite. It's not Ken Levine. And they said it's not going to be ready for another couple of years.
What?
All red flags. All of them. Every single, the last 3 minutes or 30 seconds were all red flags, Bobby.
Yeah.
I would not get excited about this. The only thing that links this to the other ones basically is the name.
Is the name. Yeah. It doesn't seem like it's going to. Well, I don't know. We'll see what they do. But there was some hinting in another article that came out, I think, a few weeks ago, saying that it was going to be a game, like a service, games as a service. So like an online all the time type thing. So I don't really like the sound of that for BioShock.
Yeah.
But yeah, my hopes are not high for this. I mean, they nailed it with 1 and 3. 2 was all right, but nothing compared to the first and third in the series. So, and I'm okay with leaving it at that. You know, I mean, those are just great games, and we don't really need any more BioShock.
Are you saying that you don't want a Fallout 76 for BioShock? Is that what you're saying?
That's exactly what I'm saying. I think that's
Yeah.
what we're all saying here.
Yeah.
I mean, they made fantastic worlds, you know, Atlas. What was the one under the water?
Atlas.
Columbia was the
No,
one in the clouds. But the one underwater?
Oh,
It was Atlas.
Help me out, chat. Come on. 10-second delay.
Wasn't it Atlas?
No.
No, it was something else.
Oh my
We're
God.
stopping the entire show. And we're
This
looking
is
up
fucking killing me, dude.
Underwater City.
Yeah.
In BioShock.
Rapture.
Rapture. There it
Yeah.
is.
Oh,
I got it
I'm
on my
sorry.
own. Okay, yeah. It was in chat.
Subnautica. Yeah. Yeah, Rapture. But I mean, yeah, those were great environments, but it's like I don't know. If you're not gonna put the effort that the original team put into the original games, then don't even bother. You know? If it's not gonna be spectacular, don't waste our time.
Gosh, dude. How cynical are we? 2 years out and we're already like it's not as good as the old ones. You know what I mean?
Well, Infinite was 2013. It's been a while since we've had a BioShock game.
Yeah.
All right. So that's it for the on the radar games. Let's talk about some games that we have been playing. But before we do that, the end of the year is coming up. We are going to have our official DLG game of the year. And to do that, each one of us is going to pick our favorite game of the year. And then the rest of us are going to play those games so we're all familiar with it. And then we're going to try to come to a decision in the final episode in December, or like the first one in January. We'll announce our game of the year. So my nominee for game of the year, the best game that I played all year, is Disco Elysium.
And so I have it loaded up, and that's besides GTFO, that's my other thing that I'm going to be playing this week because we only have 2/3 of a month now to
not a lot of
to
time,
get these.
which is why I said we
games
should
in.
have started this in November.
Yeah.
So Chi, what was your favorite game of this year?
My favorite game of this year was Apex Legends, boys and girls.
It's a great game. I mean, it started a whole following. A lot of people say that it's the best.
It's one of the most refined, if
Yeah.
not the most refined, battle royale.
Yeah. And so we've already played this like several hours, but I would like to play it sometime this month just to get caught
we
up and
played
make
it when
sure.
it launched, which
Yeah. It's
The
probably
game's probably
changed. There's
very
2 new
different.
characters, I believe, since we played at launch.
Oh, yeah. Like, here's the thing. And it's funny because when I thought about my favorite game of 2019, I saw the whole list and I predicted that you were going to say your game, Emilio. As for Bobby, I could have probably predicted that too. And then for me, I almost didn't want to say Apex Legends. I wanted to at least try some of the other amazing games, like, for instance, the Outer Worlds, like maybe some more single player games. I know the remake for Resident Evil, I loved all the same, but I couldn't give that my game of the year because when I think about the one game that I got super excited about and made me burn the midnight oil on, it was Apex Legends. And when you think about, I think my argument would be like, oh, but it really died off. Oh, that game became nothing. I was like, but that game was everything I wanted, for a hot minute.
Yeah, yeah.
And what I got out of that one game, like some single player games won't even last you 9 hours.
Yeah.
I got a good month out of Apex, like
2 probably.
yeah, when like and feeling like the fire was, when the iron was hot.
Yeah.
Really. Mm-hmm.
And my game of the year is Innocence, A Plague Tale. And
I think
Bobby,
it's actually a Plague's Tale Innocence.
Oh, Plague Tale, Innocence. Oh, yeah, you're right. So, what do you think, Bobby?
Yeah, so I played a couple hours of this week.
Like literally a couple?
I am in chapter 5 out of 17 chapters.
Okay.
So I'm about a quarter of the way through the game. And at first like so many other games that I played this year, especially these bigger budget games, it starts off very slow. It's very heavy on the cutscenes. The initial gameplay is just a slog. It's, a lot of wandering around and looking at the environment. Oh, there's a tree that's collapsed. However, will I get past this? Well, press your C button. Oh, there's a log on the ground. Press space to jump. And say,
Yeah.
Okay, there's a lot of that at the beginning, but once I got out of the household area and got into the part where the rats were and the whole plague, then it started getting interesting and started picking up a little bit more. I like the graphics, the story. I like that it takes place in, 1348 France. So at the height of the bubonic plague, and there's not really another game about the Black Death, about the Black Plague. So I thought that was a really cool setting, and I always like medieval stuff, and I really enjoy that. And it's a stealth game, but there's really only one other mechanic. sling that she has, and you can hit soldiers who aren't wearing helmets, but you also use it to distract. But it's primarily a stealth game, which I don't always have the patience for, but I'm enjoying it. Honestly, I'm more motivated to continue playing this game and see what happens in the story than I am with Jedi Fallen Order. Like, I mean, that's just a Star Wars game, and it's Star Wars, so I have to play it. And of course, I like it because it's Star Wars. But this, I'm a little more compelled to play.
You're right at the point where I first reviewed this game,
Mm-hmm.
where like I was like, I'm more about like I wasn't even that into it. I was like, oh, this is a good game. I'm more into the story. I just want to see what happens with them because I don't like stealth.
Mm-hmm.
And just how it went from like kind of boring and start picking up, I feel like that upward swing never ends in this game, all the way up to the last boss. I feel like this game continues to improve.
And this game
And
does have boss fights, which is interesting too for a stealth game.
So I think you're gonna like it. It only gets better from where you're at.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
in my opinion.
And that's what I was hoping for, because a lot of times they spend a little too long in the middle part and nothing really happens. But it's a very highly reviewed game, so I assume it's got to be good, or it's got to get better.
Sniper says Maelstrom is the game of the year.
Maelstrom, yeah, we have yet to really dive into that. Yeah, I totally messed up this week, and I was like, well, it's actually Emilio's fault. On Friday, he was like, you want to play some TF2? And I was like, sure. And then he got off after a little while, and then I was up till terrible hours in the night playing it. But I did get to do some new stuff in Team Fortress 2. I tried the man versus machine mode, which I've done before. It's the single player one, but I got into a group with some people who are very good, playing on very high difficulty, and it was a completely different game because it's wave survival, and the initial reaction and my reaction in that is just do as much damage as you possibly can and just chew through the enemies. But it gets to a point in difficulty with this where you actually have to, it's not about damage, you have to get creative. There's these little healing robots that heal these other robots, and there's no way that you can chew through their health bar before they get healed back up. So you have to get creative. You have to sneak behind them, or you have to get pyros to blow them away so they can't heal them, or you have to find other ways of...
Why can't you kill the healing bots?
You can, but they're the other guy is in front of them, kind of acting as a shield. So you can kind of circumvent them and walk around, but then you lose time.
Can the spy backstab him?
Oh, yeah, the spy can backstab, but he's not really great in that. The way to go seemed to be, according to these professional MVM players, it seemed to be the pyro and blow the medics away and then destroy the guy up front. Okay. But yeah, it was fun, and I think if if you're new to TF2, like give Man vs. Machine a shot. Like the single player is enjoyable, and then also I got a chance to play the competitive games. So it's 6v6, and you can queue up for competitive and then join a casual game, and then it just lets you know, hey, your competitive game's ready. Press J to hop right in.
Ooh.
So that's a really nice feature. I didn't realize that because the queues are
they kind of
ranging from 2 to 10 minutes, depending on the time of day. Late at night took a little longer. Actually, it didn't. It was like 2 to 6 minutes.
Why are you lying, Bobby?
Well, the first time I tried to play competitive, it took a very long time. But the competitive games are a lot of fun because it's 6v6, very balanced and very like... it's not like TF2 where you can just run out, die. Oh, I died. Okay, I'll hop back into the fight. Like, you got to be careful. You got to stick together. There's more strategy to it. But what really sucks is if somebody drops out and disconnects, then you lose.
Yeah.
And there's no way to...
It's like a power play in hockey for the other team. They have an extra player.
Does the bot not pick up for the missing character?
No. If it happens early enough in the game, then you can... Like, everybody can leave with no penalty, which is nice. But what happened in a surprisingly large amount of my games, either on my side or someone else's side, like somebody would just stop playing. And there's no AFK timeout. They get kicked out or anything. They just sit in base the entire time. And you 100% lose if you're outnumbered. So I don't know. As fun as competitive was, like it's not anything to take too seriously because I don't know how much of a reflection of your real skill it is because... It just takes one AFK to ruin the entire match.
Does TF2 have competitive ranking then?
I think so. Yeah, they
I
have
would
a.
imagine so.
Or is
They-
it just like an MMR?
Yeah, but it's like I don't really understand it too well. It's probably more akin to the CS:GO ranking, where it's like it's all about the badge or something.
Yeah.
you know?
So are there? You
You-
go from
you-
silver to gold nova, and
yeah,
then
well,
to
like
the higher.
silver, bronze, gold. Like I can understand all that, but
Okay.
I don't know because you can level up in casual as well, and you get this little icon next to your name that gets like bigger and grander as you get higher levels. And I think it's the same thing with competitive, but I think it might work like Apex Legends, where you kind of level up, and it's like an XP bar that you're filling, so you eventually get there anyway. But maybe you can lose some points. I don't know. I haven't gotten that far. You need to
Okay.
play 10 placement matches, and I haven't played all of them yet, so I don't even
Okay.
know what my rank is. But yeah, so TF2 still trying to avoid that so I can actually play other new games.
Oh, nice. Stardew Valley. I'm going to get a drink. You want water, Bobby, or a drink, Chi?
Sure, I'll take a drink.
I'm good.
Damn, Molly.
That really wasn't. I told you it's
Yeah,
weird.
there was hardly
Alcohol
anything
doesn't-
in there.
Oh, okay, all right. I was gonna say how much was in there because that was mostly just juice. I feel like. Before I get into talking about Japan, let's talk about the Stardew Valley 1.4 update. This came out not too long ago. It happened on the 26th, I believe. It was the day I left for Japan. Yeah. Is when this came out in November. The 1.4 update was more or less the largest update that Stardew has seen. With this, the developer put in, I think, what did he say, over 60 hours of content? I forgot what it was. So over 60 new items at least. And it was basically what he, maybe not he, like words from his mouth, but what people call his end game content. Because so many people have been playing Stardew, and I myself was getting into it. And it was nice that as I was getting back into it, this update comes out. So it just created more content and more end game value for everyone. With this, you get more character events with villagers. There's a new 14 heart event thing with people that you marry. There's new maps, new items, new in-game content, and stuff you can do. Like fishing ponds are a thing you can build on your farm. There's things that I didn't know existed in the first game because I thought I didn't get to that part yet, but it actually was brand new because of the update. Such as like different monsters, different levels for mines. For me, I would say what improved, what changed the game the most for me is probably if I focus more on the villager stuff, like the character events, I think that's where I would feel like I got most out of the game. As for like, and there's this one where you could create your own clothes. That's pretty cool. So it gives more value to the items that you're already farming. You can combine different, and of course there's mods for that already, but it's actually built in game where you go over to Emily's house, and Emily is bae. We all know this, and she has a sewing machine, and you get to use her machine, combine virtually any item inside her machine with cloth, and get a new outfit. So it's almost like, ooh, what am I getting this time? What does this make? What does this make? And you could dye your clothes. So it's pretty cool. He updated a lot of things with the desert. There's a new vendor there. And then new music. So if you have yet to play Stardew Valley, this is, pun intended, I planted the seed for getting my boyfriend into Stardew, and he actually became way leagues better than me at this game. And he only had been playing this game while I was gone in Japan. So we finally beat the game together. We unlocked the community center. That's what I consider beating the game. We have a level 3 house. We're not married in this game. Like, I think I accidentally turned him down the first time. And then the second time I said yes to him asking me for my hand in marriage. Something fucked up. He fucked up something in the day, and we had to Alt F4. And I don't know if we're engaged yet. No, we're not engaged yet. So there's still not married, unfortunately, in game. But when I get to that point, I'll tell you about those adventures. But this game is amazing. What the heck can I say about Stardew that I haven't said already? Just play it already. It's so good. And it's relaxing. Oh, when I said planted the seed, not only did I get my boyfriend into it, but now all of his roommates are playing it. and they're getting their friends to play it. So it's just like this domino effect of Stardew.
I found a deep lack of shotguns and heads to blow up with said shotgun. So
This is such a good game.
it's just not for
You
me.
just don't like simulation games.
No.
So no, it's like and plus with all the mods that you can do, it's
Is there mods with shotguns and aliens?
there's
and/or
fighting in
zombies?
this game. Did you go to the mines? Did you make it to the
You
bottom?
can get swords, and there are projectile weapons. I think there's a slingshot
Mm-hmm.
that you can get.
It's almost a shotgun, but not even close.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty far cry from
It's
that.
because the progress gets saved as you do things, and Emilio's not about that. He wants to play day one over and over and over again.
Isn't that weird? It's so weird.
It's not a roguelite.
I
That's
know.
So the reason you've been gone so long, Chi, is because you were on a trip.
yes.
To Japan.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah, so I went to Japan, guys. I went for 9 days. It was a lot of fun. I went to go visit my sister. It was her last week in Japan. She's military. She is about an hour and a half south of Tokyo in Yokosuka. I think I'm saying that right. Yokosuka. And so she picked me up from the airport. We took a train back to her place. Anytime I wanted to go into Tokyo, it was a little bit over an hour, if even. Sorry, you might want to.
Yeah, see, that's the money that's showing.
Oh, here, wait. You
got
might want to mute my videos. I don't know how you're going to do that.
I don't know if you
But
can mute.
Japan was pretty epic, guys. I have mostly good things to say, but I actually have some bad things to say about Japan, too. But let me just say my goal with this trip was, of course, to enjoy time with my sister, exploring a country that I've always dreamed of going. It was definitely probably top 2 of countries I've wanted to visit. Japan and, of course, New Zealand. And when I was out there, my sister and I was in Tokyo. I would travel to Tokyo every single day except for the first day. The last day I was there, and then there was just one day where I just took it easy because I caught a cold. And my goal,
Was Tokyo home base?
Tokyo. What do you mean?
Was it home base? That's where you were sleeping?
No, I was sleeping in where my sister.
Oh,
lived.
gotcha.
So my goal, I had this monster bucket list of things I wanted to do in Japan, but my main, those guys are my sister's junior sailors. When she couldn't go out to the city with me, she just sent a whole bunch of sailors to go with me. So that was fun. And then, so I had this like really long bucket list, and I've barely even scratched the surface of my bucket list.
Yeah, 9 days.
But at the same time, I felt like I had a wholehearted experience with it. So my goal when I got there, it changed. Instead of trying to go through the bucket list, my priorities were just like, hey, how am I feeling today? If I were a resident of Japan, what would I be doing with my time and spending my life? I don't need to hit up shit that I normally wouldn't hit up on American soil. Like, I didn't visit any museums because I don't even go to museums out here.
Right.
I didn't, I went to one temple, but I didn't like hit up multiple temples or different like gardens. My goal was really just to be like, oh, if I were a Japanese girl, what would my life be like? And so I was hitting up a shit ton of arcades, guys. So I went to Japan mostly to try to find every single arcade that I can get to. And I went to a lot. There's
Like
a lot
how
of
many arcades would you say?
probably at least 7, and because there were arcades everywhere, of course, and then at different parts of in different areas and neighborhoods. Of
How much
Japan.
better are they than American arcades?
Oh my God, they're amazing. They're like arcades are a dying breed in America. And over there, they have arcades that are entire buildings, 8 levels tall. Maybe, well, I think the only ones I ever went into were like 6 floors high. But they were so much fun. That's a train simulator where you're literally in a conductor's seat and you have the controls. So if you
There's like
you know
2
how
buttons.
we always make fun of train simulators, and they have an entire train conductor simulator thing over there. So the arcades that I went to, they were mostly the Taito. I went to plenty of Taito arcades. There were plenty of Sega arcades, and then just like other ones here and there.
So if you go to a Sega arcade, Do they have like Capcom? Do they have other games?
Yeah, they had like Tekken, Street Fighter.
Oh, okay.
I think it was just like the Sega building, and
Oh,
then
right.
they housed different things. I have more photos. Unfortunately, I didn't. It looks like I didn't dig through them well enough to post. But so some of the amazing things, like when I say like the arcades out there are really legit, they like mostly I was just using yen. I was using coins, and they were pretty affordable. Like each game was $1.
Okay.
But most people would get cards like you would at Dave and Buster's. But the cool thing about these cards is that they actually save your progress. So people are spending all of their time in the arcade because all of your progress gets saved, and you level up. You pick up where you left off. You increase your experience, your loot, and it was pretty good. Yeah,
Kind of like bringing a little bit of the console back to the arcades, as opposed to the opposite, right?
a little bit of the console in what sense?
In that you save your progress. You can never save your progress before.
Yeah, you could never
Yeah.
save your progress in arcades from anything that I recollect. This one here, it's just almost like a modernization. It's like, how do we keep these people in?
Yeah.
Like it was
Makes
like
sense.
it was basically like, how do we keep them in the arcade? I think it would work out here.
Yeah.
Because people love to socialize, people love to do that. But
This guy's
seemed like-
amazing.
yes. Oh my gosh, this was one of my favorite games. It's called Dance Rush, and it was right next to the DDR machine. But dude, so instead of arrows on the pad, it's all flat, all LED lights. This guy's shuffling. He's doing the sea walk. He's oh my gosh, and everybody out there in terms of like gaming rhythm games, insane. There's this one guy who had a over 2,000 combo on a video game that I did not play.
Over 2,000.
Over 2,000. Yes. Right there. Okay, just watch it. It's so the people in the arcades are just really good at gaming.
And they're they really work at getting these high scores.
Yeah, absolutely. So the real gamers, that's where they're at. And Gundam was huge out there. Gundam like never died out there. So they had half of the arcades would be covered in Gundam, actually, because I think there's this one Gundam 6v6. And then I actually played my favorite game was not the dancing game. There was one game where you were sitting in a seat and you got to fly a Gundam. And it felt like the real thing. You felt like you were actually in a Gundam and shooting and flying simultaneously. It was rad. So it wasn't a Gundam game though. It was called like Space Paradox or something or another.
Yeah.
I probably have a video of it somewhere. But the great thing about it is like I got to indulge into the otaku side of things where I would go shopping and it's all weeb like figurines. I don't collect figurines, but at least I got to see a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff I didn't understand, like a lot of the mainstream stuff out here in America. I didn't see it out there as much.
Isn't necessarily super popular there.
Yeah, and I feel like mobile gaming is huge out there. So this is the game that I got to play. I don't think this is a video of me. This is someone who's actually really good at it, and it's called Star something Paradox, and that actually became a 6v6 type of deathmatch type of thing too.
Damn.
So people who put in and the games were pretty cheap. I put in $2 to play the tutorial of this game. It lasted like 30 minutes almost. I felt like so you're getting your money's worth when you're playing arcade games over there. And the thing about it though, it's like I feel like already it's hard being a gamer girl, but the misogyny out there is so apparent, and I felt it like almost most definitely in the arcades than anywhere else. Because I actually got shoved in an arcade.
Damn.
And no one's friendly. No one wants to give you eye contact. No one wants to of course they, or try to get to talk to you, or anything like that. Like no one goes out of their way to socialize, which is to me, I think a little bit. Japan was beautiful. I had a lot of fun. I could talk about it for days. I really just want to focus on the arcade experience that I had. But I got shoved. I was walking and my sister was walking behind me, and I was turning my head because I was laughing at something she said, And when I was turning my head, I felt I felt someone's hands literally push me. It wasn't like, oh, we're gonna bump into each other. Pardon me.
Yeah.
He literally shoved me, out of his way, and I was like, okay, well,
Yeah. I see
I'm
what
not going
doing with
to Japanese jail, but like that was not cool.
Yeah.
And so that was like the downside of things, where it's like as much fun I was having, I always felt a little bit uncomfortable being a
Yeah.
woman out there.
Yeah.
Especially when I would go to these arcades, I did see other women,
Yeah.
but they were very to themselves, and they weren't
Women
like
or girls?
both.
Yeah.
And they were playing like the games that seemed women friendly, because there were
right,
sections
right.
of the arcade that
Yeah.
were women friendly, but I didn't see any of them on the
Well,
Gundam
that's why you got
games.
shoved, Chi. You were trying to play man games.
No, yeah, honestly, yeah. Like
Yeah.
I honestly felt like they're like, why are you on? Like I felt like they were looking at me like I was wasting their space.
How do you know if you're next for the game?
There was for the Gundam game, the Space Steel Paradox. There was a sign up list.
Oh.
And then they had these awesome pods where it was a fully encompassed 360 pod. I don't know if there are any photos of that, where you got to play. There's a Star Wars one that I played. I don't know where it is. It wasn't
Yeah,
that one.
I saw Star Wars Battle Pod.
Yeah. So you got in, and it just gave you the whole 360 effect. And I played Time Crisis 5. I played House of the Dead 4, or it was like the newest House of the Dead.
I thought you were going to come in and say, like, they're on House of the Dead 17.
And then I played, my sister actually, for the first time in my life, played an arcade game with me. She played the, I don't know what the name of it, but it's like the drum arcade game.
Oh, okay.
I think it is actually Taito drums or something like that. And that was a lot of fun. I have the picture somewhere. It's just not posted there. I wanted to hit up a maid cafe, but I think it would have been awkward being a woman going
Yeah.
into a maid cafe. See, this sucks.
Yeah.
I went into an adult superstore that was seven floors, and they banish women from the top 2 floors.
Damn.
And I think the reasoning why is because, like, well, I mean, like I said, the misogyny, but when I would bump into a guy at the sex store, like, they almost fled like shame cockroaches. So like, I feel like if I were in a sex store now, like, some dude would just make a weird comment, or, not be
right.
worried
It's
about
the opposite.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
they'd be super comfortable. They'd be excited, like, oh, it's a woman in a sex shop, or something like that. And then over there, it's like, I don't want her to see me looking at the shit.
Yeah.
And then the top 2 floors, I was almost going up, and then one of the sailors was like, "Gee, stop!" And I was like, "What?" I was like, it's like, is the roof on fire? And then they're like, "No, look at the walls, look at the floor. It says no women." I was like, "Oh my God, I can't. I'm actually banned
It's
from."
because you're a woman, Chief, and you're not as good as us.
So it was.
Damn, that's gotta suck, dude. That's like me seeing something that said no Mexicans.
Dude,
Yeah.
it's rough.
Yeah.
And I was like, what's weird? I could look at the the bondage floor. I could look at, like, they had like a ladies floor that men could walk
Yeah.
around. And I was like, okay, so
What were in these floors that
the dudes that went up? I imagine just like fleshlights, maybe
Yeah.
some sex
The
robots.
world may
sex
never
dolls.
know, Bobby.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't know. I can't tell you from personal experience what I can't, like,
A lot of
about that.
tentacles.
But I have a lot of good things to say about Japan too. So many good things. I can't like I said, I had some bad brush offs at the arcade, and and then, like, I think I was telling you, like, certain bars wouldn't even serve women, and I had a hard time finding even just a
Jesus.
drink. So it was funny.
they wouldn't serve women,
Or foreigners,
or foreigners. Wow.
or black people, because I went to the Eorzea Cafe, which is the Final Fantasy 14 cafe, not the Final Fantasy cafe, but is specifically just revolved around Final Fantasy 14. The whole entire menu had 14 influence like menu items. Most of the drinks were non-alcoholic, and there was only one person in there, and it was an English black dude. And first thing I do is just greet him, say hello, make friendly banter. He was wearing a Nintendo T-shirt. I was like, oh, hey, are you an
Yeah.
American? He's like,
Yeah.
no, I'm actually from, I'm English. And I was like, okay. And then we hung out for the rest of the night with me and my sister. My sister didn't go in. She didn't care. We hung out for the rest of the night. And same fucking night, one of my mates from high school was in Japan. So it was a high school reunion.
And you ran into him randomly?
No. He saw on Facebook that I was flying out there, and he asked if I was still out there. So there was one night where it was me, the dude, he was a gay black dude, mind you, that I picked up at the Final Fantasy Cafe, and we would be denied at the door.
Because he's black. too.
We don't know, either because we were
Yeah.
women, or he was black, or he had tattoos.
How crazy is this? You were closer, or how would you say? Yeah, you could affiliate better with a black male than you could other Asian women. Or other Asian people, I guess.
Well, it was, well, it's just that, they were very to themselves. They're very polite and, and helpful when they could have been. But there was definitely that divide in terms of, I felt like just.
Yeah, like that guy politely shoved you in the direction of the girl games.
Oh my gosh.
All right, what's next, Bobby?
So you got a new job.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it too much, but I work a construction job now.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I wasn't really looking for a job, but the opportunity was so good that I couldn't pass up on it. I'm at UCSD. They're building 6 new buildings there, and that's what it's going to look like when we're done. But right now, it looks like a giant pool of mud because it hasn't stopped raining. And I'm one of the guys that helps deal with the mud. So it looks like, it's further along. Right there, Bobby. That's kind of like what it looks like right now. That's almost exactly like it. That could have been taken today, really.
Wow.
And yeah, I walk around there and look for problems and clean that shit up. I mean, today was my first day.
Are there any sections where women aren't allowed?
There was one woman on the entire, all of that. 4,000 people or something working.
Wow.
There was one woman that I saw. Yeah.
Reminds me of when I used to work tech support.
I feel like in America, even women are found in men's restrooms now. At the
Oh yeah.
They don't have. Well, at least in California, you know how weird we are, but we don't have men's restrooms anymore. Like every place you go to, all gender restrooms.
Yeah, in California.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not because they're not allowed. It's just I don't think chicks want to do this. It's fucking dirty and stuff like that.
I wouldn't want to do that.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, that's good though. I don't know.
I almost feel like I'm going to end up with more time.
Well, you're gonna have a schedule, dude. A schedule is so nice,
Routine.
man. Like you can make
Routine.
plans.
Yeah. I would do anything for routine right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of benefits to it.
We'll see. I mean, I still have Insidious, and that's probably after Luna, my daughter, coming, and this.
Officially a name.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
It's probably like super.
Oh my gosh, Bella Luna. That's my favorite Jason Mraz song.
I didn't say Bella.
My sister's kid, his name is Bella.
Oh, there's too many Bellas.
Bella Luna.
It's super, super common.
Yeah.
I had a cat named Bella once. Actually, it's my sister's cat.
Our biggest problem with Luna is that there's too many pets named Luna.
Oh.
Like tons of people have dogs
Well,
or cats named Luna.
I had an ex-dog and an ex-boyfriend named Max.
Okay.
Yeah, Max is kind of a name that works for both.
Were they the
animals
same
and people.
person? What?
No.
All right, let's talk a little news here. We got a few stories to get through. First up, a scene from the new Star Wars will premiere in Fortnite. So this is one of their events that they're doing. I find it kind of funny. This is kind of like the Marshmallow event where he had a concert in the game and they
Or the
turned
Thanos.
off. Yeah, I mean that was kind of like a game mode. Like that was actually in the game. This is like, hey, stop playing the game and come check this out kind
gotcha.
of thing. But I find it kind of funny that Fortnite is now the game that we are, like these events are happening and we're existing in digitally as opposed to Star Citizen or, the Oasis from Ready Player One. This is
Right.
closer to that because so many people are playing it and they're making huge deals. I mean, Star Wars, that's a pretty big deal and an exclusive scene premiere happening inside the game. Like the first place you can ever see this scene from the new Star Wars movie is going to be in Fortnite.
Now, Bobby, are you going to log into Fortnite to watch it, or are you going to wait 45 seconds for it to be on YouTube?
Yeah, I mean, I honestly, dude, I'm not in that big of a rush.
I'm not sure if we've ever had this conversation, Bobby. Are you a watch all the trailers kind of
Not
guy?
anymore. I've been going to the movies about twice a week now while I still have that AMC pass, and I'm actually sit outside the theater now until the trailers are done. And there's a good 20 minutes.
Oh,
so
shit.
Yeah, I try to get there late. But for
Now, we're going to start watching a lot of movies together.
Yeah.
I want to see the fucking trailers, dude.
What do you mean you guys are going to start seeing a lot of movies together?
You can come too, Chi.
I love going to the movies. Where was this initially?
You've been gone for a month.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
We're going to do a little side podcast.
Don't forget, I'm still your friend.
Oh, we're gonna
Patreon only content, movie reviews.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, no, because I've been going to the movies so much, I see the same trailers over and over again. And what's really funny is I start to notice the subtle differences between a trailer that's ran before a PG-13 movie and an R movie.
Yeah.
I noticed this with the trailers for Ready or Not over summer. I was like, oh, they cut just a little sooner so you don't see the arrow actually go in her head. But then they cut to the reaction of her falling down. Like they make subtle little changes like that. And of course, like in the Uncut Gems trailer, there's
How
a
about the
lot
new
more
Sonic
profanity.
trailer with the big eyes?
Oh, it's Sonic? Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Did they
You're like
improve it?
No, they aren't showing that trailer yet. I haven't seen that in the theater
maybe it's
yet.
just photos here and there. How about The Grudge? You guys want to go see The Grudge together?
What do you mean? It's re-releasing or?
Yeah, with Harold from Harold and Kumar.
Wait, what? Is it a comedy?
The Grudge is not a. I mean,
Just because it has that guy in it, that's why.
no, The Grudge is the remake of that
Yeah,
horror
The Grudge.
film.
like the first
yeah,
one, really.
but yeah,
That
yeah.
zombie walking around with no lower jaw.
The dead ex-wife in the attic thing. Yeah.
I watched it after watching The Ring, and I was like, this does nothing for me after The Ring.
Yeah.
Like, The Ring scared me to my core.
Yeah, but I like the way Grudge ended.
I don't remember.
Oh,
Wait, the Japanese one or the one with the blonde chick?
I don't remember which one.
There
I
was an
watched.
American one that was made like
Yeah,
1 year
The
after.
Ring and The Grudge were both originally Japanese, and then they made an American version of it. But
God, where's
I
that
think it was
stuff now?
probably the Japanese version. I love
Oh,
watching things
it's
with
probably better.
subtitles. Yeah.
all right, so yeah, if you're in Fortnite, check out Star Wars
Yeah.
content. I
See how we
guess.
glossed over
Oh,
that?
I'm sorry. Right, Fortnite. I like in my head. I was wondering if Fortnite was.
When
still
are we
going
going to do this, Bobby? Watch
You tell me, man. I am available. Let's see, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays are good for me. Also, late Sundays, like evening Sundays, but not too late.
Okay.
So yeah, let me know.
All right.
All right, but I've already seen like everything in the theaters, man. Unless you want to go see Frozen 2.
Let's
So,
go see The Room
The next premiere you go
and
see,
Kensington Theater.
let me know.
We're gonna try to do movies that come out like
Day one.
yeah, like day one. We're gonna try for day one, but you got to get those in advance because they sell out really quick. Okay, next article here
Jumanji
is
2 is coming out.
Oh yeah, a lot's coming out December 13th. That's like everything is
Okay.
coming out that I want to see that day. Jumanji and a couple others.
Sure, I would love to knock out two, Bobby. Like on a Saturday or something.
Yeah.
All right, let's just go. We'll
All
talk
right.
later.
The Elder Scrolls Legends development has been halted.
I was addicted to this game. I played this a hell of a lot.
This is the online Elder Scrolls game, correct?
Yeah,
I mean the
card-
mobile.
It's mobile and it's on Steam. It's a tradable card game. And somewhere last year or early last year, I would say, they got rid of who was doing the development. It was like started with a Z.
They set it down here. Let me see if I
Yeah,
can find it.
ZeniMax. I feel like ZeniMax was in charge of it, and then out of nowhere, they just switched the developer over to like Frostwolf,
Direwolf. to
Direwolf.
Sparky Pants.
Yeah, and it took this was a good, well working game, and overnight, it turned to dog shit. And I tried to give it 2 or 3 days of game, and I was like, oh man, like they were trying to save some dollars, and they completely killed their game, and I never went back. And now, you see what happens when you try to save a buck.
Ouch.
Yeah, it did not go over too well. So because they're doing this, you can still play the game. They're just not going to be adding any new content. All of that's on hold, and probably, I don't know, it'll either come out very, very slowly or won't come out at all. But as a thank you to the community, all players will be given the Tamriel collection, an assortment of new 3 attribute cards and more. So they're giving you a little freebie for your troubles here.
Yeah. It's sad. I mean, no games last forever, but this was clearly an executive error that cost them the entire game.
Well, out of curiosity, let's see how many people are still playing this at this very moment.
I mean, I don't know.
Steam.
I don't know how much money they were losing on the game, and that's why they took that risk.
Yeah, 350 playing now. Today's peak was 805. And that's kind of about where I remember it not too long ago,
How
like
many
being
people are
around
playing
1,000.
Stardew, Bobby? Sorry, I keep touching.
Stardew? Let's
Stardew.
see.
Yes, please.
Stardew's way up there. Thousands. I'm going to go ahead and say
Right now?
5,000 people.
I don't know. Maybe with the new update, 25,000 people. Wow.
Yep.
Playing right now.
26,000 technically.
It's funny because
That's
I
insane.
thought 25,000 people were watching our stream.
All right. Next up, In the Valley of the Gods is officially on hold as Campo Santo works on Valve projects. So you might remember a couple years ago, there was Campo Santo is the group that made Firewatch.
Yep.
These are also the guys that used to do the podcast I used to listen to, Idle Thumbs.
Cool.
And they no longer do that, unfortunately. But they got bought up by Valve 2017, I want to say. And they have said that, yeah, we did. I guess they worked a little bit on Half-Life Alyx. They couldn't talk about it while they were working on it. And they said they're also working on other Valve projects. So it looks like Valve is making use of this development studio or these developers that
Good.
they bought. And these guys, I mean, of course, I'm biased because, you know, I like Firewatch and I listen to these guys' podcasts and they had a lot of really intelligent things to say about games and game design. So I feel like they're a good fit for Valve and Valve has a good eye for people that are going to do good work.
I love that the acquisition of this team into a game with such high hopes surrounding it and high expectations. I like good people for, in my opinion, helping develop potentially one of the greatest games of all times. Why not? You know, the Valley of the Gods can fucking wait. So, in the meanwhile, there's a Jesus game.
Yeah, yeah. Now in VR.
I imagine Valley of the Gods would have been much like a lot like Firewatch, except it was set in like an Egyptian tomb or exterior also. So,
Yeah. Kind of like Indiana Jones-ish.
Well, my little brother picked up an index, and I asked him to hang out with me for the summer. So if he does actually come out and
You'll
hang
have
out
an
with
index.
me, then yeah, we'll have an index.
I tried to convince Bobby to use our funds for a VR, and he gave me the kibosh on that. So
We could do like maybe like a maybe not with Ray since he has his, or like a three-way split.
A three-way? Whoa, dude. All right.
So
Well, calm down.
on the VR, like something like that. Not right now though. I'm broke. So but
Yeah, I think the VR, I've been saying this for weeks, but VR is in a good spot. It's a good time to invest.
it's like a timeshare.
We also got DLG
VR.
Con 2020 coming up, so let's make sure we don't
Yeah.
blow the whole nest egg here. Okay, next up, a U.S. congressman has pleaded guilty to using campaign funds on Steam. So this is Duncan D. Hunter. This story came up back in 2016. We talked a little bit about it. Few interesting facts about here. This story originally was published in the Union Tribune. My very first job ever was working for the San Diego Union Tribune. And Duncan D. Hunter went to my high school. He graduated,
Oh, shit.
several years before me. But yeah, he was our representative for, San Diego County, the 52nd district of California.
Democrat, right?
No, he's Republican.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and his father, Duncan H. Hunter, I think it was. I don't know. We just called him Duncan Hunter. He was the rep before him as well. But so this guy is embroiled in a lot of scandal right now. The very least of it being that he spent, I think it was over like about $1,300 or $1,500 on Steam games.
Yeah.
But he just basically used money to pay for everything in his life, like for vacations, for like groceries, for like, and it, like he was just throwing it all on the company's tab there. So,
Right.
and the whole Steam thing is just part of it, but it is kind of interesting that, I don't know, apparently he's a gamer. They did counter this by saying that,
dollars.
yeah, oh yeah, he spent a lot of money. And he pled guilty to it too after so many years, which is like, okay, at least he's accepting it.
Yeah, I feel like no politician ever has.
Can we put a face to
Said-
this guy's name?
Duncan D. Hunter. I mean, he's your average white guy in his 40s, but okay, Duncan D. Hunter. But they initially countered that accusation by saying that he only bought one game and the rest of it were, or was, I don't know, like other people did, or it was like got tacked onto
Those
it. I don't-
DLCs, man. It was a
Yeah, but-
$15.99 game, and then $1,400 in DLCs.
I can't remember what
they
the
get
rest
you
of
every
it
time.
was. He said like it was either other people or it was like incorrectly charged or something to his account.
Sure,
But yeah,
I wouldn't trust this guy.
yeah, no, he looks like
A wet sock.
he looks like the bad guy in like any movie where like the bad guy is some like corporate figure, you know, like that new Wonder Woman trailer with not Donald Trump as the bad guy.
Oh, I didn't see that part of it. I did
Didn't
watch
see
the
it?
trailer.
Oh, Max Lord.
is it?
Yeah, it's. I mean, they got a friggin' wall blowing up in the trailer, dude. It's not subtle. The Wonder Woman trailer. You haven't seen that?
Is there only one? How did I miss that part? Well,
Yeah,
whatever.
it came out Sunday. Wonder Woman. Yeah,
No, I
it was
haven't
very
seen it.
quick, but yeah, there's a wall blowing
Oh,
up.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Gosh, she's so
Yeah.
fucking hot, dude.
He's really handsome for prison, though.
Is he gonna get raped?
I don't know.
Well, dude, it's a federal prison.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
White collar prison.
Yeah, it won't be that bad.
Yeah.
All right, last bit of news here. Rick and Morty teased their pinball machine.
This is an audio clip. I don't know if you want to play it, Bobby. It's
Well,
super
yeah.
short.
It's our own game. Jeez. Oh no.
Yeah, there was
Oh,
no
no.
visuals,
It's
it was just
spooky pinball, Morty.
graphics.
They made a game just for us, Morty. Just for us. You're scaring me. Calm down.
Well, I
This
think
isn't
all that art
exciting,
is gonna
Frank.
be
It's
on
just
the
a pinball
board.
machine. They could have made a pinball machine about anybody. Like,
Yeah,
like
probably.
a superhero or a rock band. But no, it's about us, Morty. We've got a pinball machine now. It's most.
That'll sell very well, and I'm surprised they haven't done this more because pinball machines you can slap any skin on them. Obviously, you
Mostly
changed
about me,
the
though.
you changed the gameplay a little bit to cater towards whatever it is, but
Yeah,
don't
I
know.
feel like
With only 750, that means they're marked up.
they're gonna sell a lot more to this than to Rick and Morty.
oh, so this isn't commercial. This is like going straight to people's homes.
Yeah, that's what I was
750
gonna
is cheap for a
say.
pinball machine too.
Yeah.
Wait,
That's
no,
really cheap.
no, 750 machines made total.
Oh.
what
Oh,
they
that's how
said.
many they're making.
Yeah, so I'm like, there's going to be a monster markup on this.
Yeah, I mean the average pinball machine would. I've watched many pinball documentaries, by the way. That's why I have all these figures here. But I mean the average pinball machine would sell like. I mean, these are old figures, but like you're doing really well if you're moving 3,000 to 5,000 units. Like that's really good. You know, so 750. I mean that's. But it is Rick and Morty. People are going to buy the shit
yeah.
out of this.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was gonna say. It's gonna be more private people are gonna be buying this than arcades. I feel.
Yeah, I mean, where do you see pinball machines anymore? Do
Where
they
do
have
you see
pinball machines in
arcades
Japan?
anymore?
I see them in
Pinball
Demented
machines? I didn't
Warlocks
see any
pictures.
pinball machines. I saw a lot of crane machines. Like there was one
Oh,
arcade
okay.
I went to, and there were 3 floors of crane machines.
Damn.
3 floors.
What about Plinkos?
Oh, pachinko! I played that
Pachinko.
too. I played pachinko. I was really bad at it, and
Well, it's all luck, right?
yeah. And then I went home with some frozen Hello Panda cookies.
Is it gambling? Can you win money? Or what do you
Yeah.
win?
No. They don't do gambling out there, so you just win prizes.
Okay.
It's like Dave and Buster's.
But you can win more than like you put in? Like if you get the grand prize or whatever?
I suppose I didn't really see
Yeah.
the good shit. There were
Yeah.
some like designer bags and whatnot, but like I don't think pachinko is worth it because it felt like so it's basically the game where so mine was cool. Mine had a samurai sword as the joystick, and then like my little pachinko knob was like a ninja star, and then what you do is you control the air that pushes up the little ball, and the balls fall like a plinko,
Yeah.
and then you want to get them into the main slot, and I just couldn't get the right pressure. And I was like jerking the hilt, and nothing came out of it except for like maybe a cup of coffee and some little frozen treats. So
You kept jerking it and kept getting
yeah,
the dirty
I know.
slot.
I just couldn't the pachinko movements, movements. I don't know. It wasn't fun for me. All right.
All right, before we get into listener questions here, we want to
Yeah.
talk about our other sponsor. We keep forgetting to mention this, but you may have noticed last episode, if you scrolled down through our show notes, we had a link there. So Gorilla Mind is a company that makes nootropics or smart drugs, I guess is another thing of calling it. And so real talk, straight up, we make a cut on, if you click on that link, it's a referral link. We make a cut on whatever you buy there. So that helps us out. We appreciate it. Now, nootropics, that's kind of a weird field because a lot of people don't believe it works or they have skepticism, and that's totally understandable. I've messed with this stuff quite a bit, actually. Not just Gorilla Mind, but other stuff. And it's, I don't know, man. Like it is.
What's the proprietary formula in something like this?
There's a lot of
There's a lot of maybes. There's a lot of ifs. There's a lot of buts. It depends on a lot. I will say this: like, you're not going to pop this stuff and then all of a sudden be a genius. This isn't, Bradley Cooper and Limitless or whatever that movie was.
But when we get them as a sponsor, we will be switching to Limitless. Yeah.
Is it like a on the shelves Adderall?
Not really, but it is kind of like you could replace coffee in the morning with this. It does, especially the Rush brand, like that will give you that
But they're
little
not
bit of a
caffeine
jolt.
pills.
No. And that's, a lot of these things, they cram it with caffeine as kind of a substitute for putting
filler.
in the good stuff. Yeah, it's like a filler. And they don't. So they've got, I wonder if I can bring up their info here on there, but they've got a lot of the stuff. So when I first started messing with this stuff, it was probably almost 10 years ago. And I would buy all the supplements individually and I would kind of create my own stack from there. And I had mixed results and I noticed some stuff more than others.
Mm-hmm.
And then these other things started coming out, like Alpha Brain was a big one where it was like all in one. You don't need to buy everything. They were a lot more expensive. And that's what Gorilla Brain is, or Gorilla Mind is. It's like an all-in-one. It has L-theanine, it has DMAE, like all these things I would buy individually, but it's all in one. But you are paying, I think, like for the Rush, it's $34.99 a bottle.
But that's how many capsules? 90. So that's 3 months.
90 capsules. You can take 3 to 6 a day, but it varies. You could take 1 or 2 a day.
Or only on days you actually feel like you need to be smarts.
Mm-hmm. You don't want to take this stuff when you're going to bed, not the Rush at least.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to be smart about it. But what I've noticed is if I take it in the morning, then it does make me a little more alert or a little more peppy. And also it's kind of a mood relaxant too. So it puts me in a little bit better of a mind state.
Is that with the smooth version?
No, that's with the Rush.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I have yet to try the smooth, but the Rush, like I'll take it before a little bit before I'm going to be playing piano, like something that's actually going to exert some mental energy. You don't want to just take it and like do something that's not really going to challenge you. Yeah. Then
So-
you aren't really going to notice.
If
So
you want to
you-
beat off, you go with the smooth.
So Bobby doesn't drink, but he'll take Gorilla Mind
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nootropics.
nootropics.
You want to try some, Chi?
Sure.
We have some samples. Or do we have any samples, Bobby? Well, Ray took it, and we all know Ray's MIA. I haven't spoken to him in a week.
Ray uses a lot of drugs.
Yeah,
I'm
he
kidding.
does.
I'm just talking
And-
shit while he's not here.
And he says he takes it every day now. And he said that
Oh no, it's almost like an Adderall thing.
he
then.
says that he doesn't know how good it's doing, but he also doesn't want to get off of it. Not that he's
What the
addicted
heck?
to it, but he likes it. Like
Yeah.
that's what he said. I took it and I didn't feel much, but then I'm a fucking gorilla. Like I take a lot of.
I would love to take this because I'm dependent on caffeine.
It's a good way to
My day
quit
doesn't start
caffeine.
until I have a cup of coffee,
Yeah.
and I'll have caffeine even into the last hour of my night.
That was something that Ray
So-
had mentioned, that he didn't feel the need for coffee after taking this. And it's something that I have noticed, not with Gorilla Mind, but, a decade ago when I first started messing with this stuff. Like, I read books on it. I really tried to dig up as much information as I could. And I noticed, like, I definitely didn't feel the need for caffeine as much when I took this stuff. But yeah, I mean, it is a noticeable
why you
effect, but it is very subtle.
Is
And
that why you don't drink Rockstar anymore?
No, I quit that about a year ago.
Oh, okay.
Just
and-
because I was able to, I guess.
Just to, I guess, kind of sum it up, I also take like 8 Advil. Whenever I take medicine, I take at least double the dose. So it's a lot for me to like feel anything or like.
Emilio,
I always take.
you are a human. You are an average human.
No, not when it comes to medicine. Like, it doesn't work on me unless I take like at least double the dose.
That
So,
doesn't
but I
sound
didn't
healthy
want to
at
take
all.
a double dose of this, so
Okay.
so I didn't feel anything out of it.
So
but
it's not size.
they are a
discrimination.
sponsor and they took a chance on us.
So you're saying everything.
Bobby likes it.
You're saying everything else is bigger, but not your brain.
Yes. Yes. Pretty much.
All right. So you can go to our website,
Average dose
dlgaming.net.
for
We
brain.
got a link there, or you can just scroll down into the show notes if you want to give this stuff a shot. See if it works for you, man. Everybody reacts differently to this stuff. And if it's something that interests you, if you think like, maybe this will help me in my gaming because I'm super competitive.
Let
or
me try
Even
it.
in the gym, man. Like, I like it for a workout too. It's great for a workout.
Now, that being said, I took Alpha Brain, which is
Mm-hmm.
probably one of the most, if not the most expensive one. I've taken bottles and bottles and bottles. I've never felt a difference. So,
Yeah. This, I'd
It's
say,
different for different
in my
people.
limited experience with Alpha Brain,
Mm-hmm.
I'd say this is kind of on par with Alpha Brain, but
Gotcha.
much cheaper.
I've
And
taken.
Then, of course, modafinil, but I think you got to get that from Mexico.
I don't even know what that is. But I've taken so many different variants of caffeine, like pre-workout, straight up caffeine pills.
Yeah.
Drink a lot of coffee, drink a lot of energy drinks. I can't smoke weed and play video games at the same time. I actually hate it because I feel like weed slows me down.
Yeah.
It makes me all groggy. I'm not any more funnier or more. Nothing is actually more enjoyable when I'm on weed. I'm just hungrier, and I get the same effects from alcohol, like the hunger thing. So I want to try this out. I want to see.
Bobby, do you have enough to give her? I don't know where Ray's at with his stash.
I haven't even touched the smooth. If you want to try that,
Sure,
Oh, okay.
why not?
Okay,
cool.
Mostly to see what it's like when I'm gaming.
Cool. Yeah.
All right.
And I think that's why they approached us. Honestly, I think they're trying to, because there's some MMA fighters that are sponsored by them. I think they're trying to get the gamer side of it too. They seem
right.
legit to me. I went to the website. I've tried their products. Seems good.
Yep. All right. Let's get to listener questions. We got.
We're gonna need some sound
we
plugs
got a
eventually.
lot. Whew, man, we
Sniper,
got
get us some music. What is it? Transition sound things. What are they
Bumpers.
called? Bumpers. Sniper bumpers.
We've been saying that for years. We've got a lot of these. It seems like we have so many listener questions every week. So let's try to keep our responses quick and to the point. First one from Darth Duck. With your experience now, what do you wish you had known when you first started the podcast?
Gosh, I don't feel like we had a big problem with this at first, but you can't make everybody happy. So you're better off making yourself happy, and then that's kind of infectious. Just like with the Gorilla Mind thing right now. So if we were like, I don't know, if we were just like trying to be as big as we were, I would just completely lie to you about it. But no, like he had a good experience. I didn't feel anything. Ray likes it. She's gonna try it out. We're just being honest. So we're just being honest with what we like, and we talk about what we like. I could talk about Fortnite forcefully, but I'm not going to because it doesn't appeal to me. So we just do what will make us happy, and I feel like people like that.
Awesome.
I don't know if I could sum up anything. Like, it's a lot.
No, it's okay. I just did.
There's a lot of stuff that I wish I knew, but it's all like little things here and there. I will say, like, the social media thing, like now that I'm on Twitter, like I do notice the trends and kind of the ebb and flow of culture now. Like, I'm a
Internet
little more
culture, yeah.
in tune with that. And I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing yet, but I think it's imperative to doing something like this when you're talking on a
Yeah.
public platform about gaming. Like, it's important to know what other people out there are saying.
That's a good point.
Yeah, so I don't know. Social media, I guess, for me.
What did I wish I've known before first starting the podcast? How much work it was going to be.
Emilio's a goddamn perv.
I put in like 20% effort in terms of everything that we output. Like I just show up every single week and I talk about things, and I know there's always room to grow. There's always room for growth and room for improvement. I wish I would have known that to take it more serious, to create good habits rather than be complacent in my bad habits, and that is one thing that I wish I could have known, like how much I was going to love it and incorporate it into my life, but also make it actually something that wasn't just, okay, it's the cast now. It's like, oh, wait, no, this is in the 5 years that you guys have known me, viewers and friends alike, everything has changed but the cast. So I wish I would have known.
I hope that's a good thing.
No, 4 years, sorry.
Oh,
But
we're
yeah.
the most stable thing in your life is what you're trying to say.
One of the most stable things, which honestly feels unstable, just like everything else half the time. Yeah.
All right, next question from Zap.
Ray's not here. Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
What app do you use regularly that people wouldn't expect?
I have a second. Well, I canceled it today. My second line for my business. So if you want a second phone number on your same phone, you can do that. It's called Sideline, and it's not expensive. It's like $20 for the year, something like that. And you have a completely different phone number with different text message, different sounds, all that stuff, and it's all taken care of there. It's not exactly perfect, but it does 80% of what you want it to do, and I recommend it for anybody that has a side job or a side piece of pussy or dick, a side dick.
Kind of like a sidekick.
Yeah.
I don't use any apps that would shock anybody. It's all pretty standard. I don't really use my phone that much, which might be very shocking to a lot of people and is very annoying to my girlfriend and other people because I don't really respond a lot to my phone. I treat it like your old landline. Like I come home and I'll put my phone on the desk and then I'll go do something for like 5 hours and my phone's on vibrate. And if you called with an emergency, then I probably won't get back to you for a while.
So
I'm the same way in a sense, but what?
is there an app? Go ahead.
No, my phone never has battery life, so I am like.
I was looking at your
barely-
phone out there. It might be the most abused piece of equipment. Like it's marred all over. The screen is smashed.
No, the screen protector is smashed,
Oh,
and
okay.
so is
Doesn't
the
make it okay.
life-proof case smashed. But the phone itself is immaculate. It might be a little bit dirty,
Right.
But
it's also
there's
dead
no
all
scratches.
the time.
Huh?
It's
Oh
also
yeah,
dead.
it's
The
perpetually
poor
dead.
thing is just like trying to stay alive to try to serve you.
When I came back from my Japan trip, my
Yeah.
boyfriend got me a portable battery.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, that
You never charge.
I can't. It's too big. I can't carry it around with me. But I keep it next to my bed so I can plug it in. So at least I wake up with an alarm clock going.
I don't understand your life.
No, I know my life is weird. And then yeah, someone asked me if I've ever been in Mexico. I told someone I've never been into Mexico yet. And then I'm like, oh, they're like, what? I'm like, yeah, I know. I'm the worst human being on the planet.
Yeah, but you have a passport now.
I do have a passport now. Yeah.
All right, good.
We
We're
gotta
gonna
go to
go.
Mexico. I know. I should have gone for my birthday. I didn't think about
Okay,
that.
I'm gonna think about you next time I go down there.
Yeah.
Which is like pretty often.
Yeah, awesome. Good.
All right. Next one from Girotrom. Wondering if you guys have played PlayStation VR and could compare it to PC offerings.
Nope and nope.
Never played PlayStation VR, and yeah, I can't imagine it's better.
Yeah, I
did it.
can't imagine it's better.
I did it at a bar, and it
Yeah.
uses the globe things,
Yeah.
just like they did with PlayStation Move. What's it called?
Like a wand.
Yeah, the ones.
Yeah, with a ball on the top.
Yeah, it was pretty. I mean, I'm not sure if it was just VR, the game, or the wands, but it did well enough for me.
Yeah.
For it, like VR, the games I was playing seemed wonky enough as it is.
Yeah.
And it did freeze once, but it was. I mean, I only had my hands on it for like 20 minutes. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Hard to say.
All right, second part of his question. Also, what are your feelings on gaming laptops? I haven't had a gaming laptop in over 10 years. It's
I
been
have a
while.
Switch now, and it just the only time that I want a game on the go is when I'm traveling, and I much rather take a Switch than a laptop. It's just safer.
Yeah.
I guess if it fits your lifestyle. The only gaming laptop I had, I didn't have a good experience with it. I had issues with it a little after a year of owning it. I think it was a motherboard, but this was like 2008, and this thing was like a thick MSI gaming laptop.
Yeah.
Like it was a big piece of machinery. I imagine they're much better now.
I actually had a custom gaming laptop from iBuyPower or Cyber. What is it? Cybernetics. I'm not sure where.
Cyberpower.
Cyberpower, maybe.
Yeah, there's iBuyPower and Cyberpower.
Okay, so I used it for a good at least 4 years as my main
That's
gaming
good.
PC, and I now would never do it again because I was once the dedicated video
Yeah.
what is
It's
it
not-
video memory or no dedicated RAM
Graphics card.
like that held me back enough where I was like, shit, I need to sink $1,400 in a new PC right now.
Right.
Because like I'm not going to be limited by this damn PC. Whereas like now that I'm back to Tower and with and I have a shitty laptop PC, not laptop PC, student laptop. The streaming thing that Steam has, as long as I'm in like the same house as my Wi-Fi and as my PC, it's not a big problem.
And for you, the same house is the same room.
Yeah. But here's the thing then. But my boyfriend has a gaming laptop, and I'm glad he has one because he's able to come over and kind of keep up with at least
You
the
guys
games
land
we
it
wanna
up?
play. Yeah, we do.
Sick.
Yeah,
So
like 2 nights
sexy.
ago, he came over and like we like propped up in my bed. We played Stardew Valley side by side. It was so
Aw.
cute. Every night we would end a night. I'd give him a kiss. And
In game and out. Upstairs and down.
but no, yeah, we're still like, yeah, it's honestly like our intention with hanging out that day was just to play Stardew. So it was awesome. Yeah.
All right, next question from Cruel Rabbit. In the UK, the accepted meat hierarchy goes beef, lamb, pork, chicken. Is it the same in the USA?
No.
No.
Lamb is non-existent.
Nobody
Yeah, I
eats
would say, like,
lamb
throw
in-
lamb out
yeah,
here.
You rarely see it. Maybe if there's like a Euro card at the ball game or something.
You'd have to specifically go out and look for lamb.
I would
Yeah.
say it's beef, chicken, pork.
Yeah. If you go to the Mexican places, you can find some lamb, but even there, it's not high on the list. And yeah, chicken is number one for sure here.
Well, no, in terms of like how often it's eaten.
Yeah.
But steak has a higher, like beef, red meat.
oh,
has-
as far as like quality or like
hierarchy.
yeah,
beef is
okay,
king.
gotcha. Yeah, beef is king.
Yeah.
And then
We eat hamburgers, like beef burgers, not chicken burgers out here. Let's be real.
Gosh,
I
it's
get the
hard.
chicken burger.
I feel like in a hierarchy, chicken and pork are equal, and lamb is almost non-existent.
All right, next question from The Lotion. Name some maps you know inside and out from any single-player games you've played. Single player, that's tough.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's some maps in Dark Forces too, like especially the first level that I know front and back. Can race to all the secrets.
Gosh, Mario Kart games. I know those maps pretty, or those tracks.
Those are
pretty well.
multiplayer though.
Oh,
A lot of
that's true.
repetition in
Yeah,
those
yeah.
games.
I'm thinking repetition, and most of them don't have. Man, that is tough.
That single player makes it a little tough. If it was multiplayer, then yeah, there's
Yeah.
a bunch of maps.
That's
that
why it's
I-
a good question. Or maybe it's not because it's impossible to answer.
Well, what about multiplayer? Is there a multiplayer map that you know front and
Yeah.
back?
Azeroth.
Like, what was the hospital?
entire
one
thing?
that we did, too?
Bobby, it's amazing how much I forgot about TF2. Like I had that shit ingrained in my
CS:GO.
brain, dude. I could get into places without even looking at the screen that I would play them so much. You know, like
Yeah.
Bad Water, or no, not Bad Water, Gold Rush.
Gold Rush.
Yeah, Gold Rush. And then I was playing Gold Rush.
yeah.
I was like, ooh, I don't even know where to put my turrets.
Yeah, I still know the turret, and that's what it's all about. If you play engineer, is knowing the turret spots. I still know the turret spots on Gold Rush and the Dust something. I don't know the other map I used to play, but because I used to play just nothing but those maps, and I did the same thing with Left 4 Dead 2. Like I just played Left 4 Dead 1. I played too much No Mercy, and then Left 4 Dead 2. I played the one where you get the car out of the mall at the can't remember what it was called, but. Those ones I know front and back. Like
Yeah.
I know, like okay, this is where we stick together. This is like a good spot for the smoker to hit. Like I just know every move there.
I feel like in Final Fantasy games, I could see the map. I could really tell like where, or like even something as old as Chrono Trigger. You know, I could map out like their world map and the villages and whatnot in my head.
Yeah.
But ask me what the actual names of the worlds were
Right.
and the names of the villages, and I'd be like, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But that's,
Yeah, that
that's
leans
about
more towards a multiplayer. Lotion. Nobody's
I
ever
bet
failed.
Lotion probably has some impressive like single player map that he just wants to throw out there.
Nobody's ever failed at a listener question, but we just had our first failure.
Yeah, we have no answer.
I do notice that with a lot of listener questions, people like to throw in like, "Well, here's my
Yeah,
answer."
yeah. Well, that's what.
Yeah.
That's the genesis of every question, dude.
Yeah,
I
everyone
just
just
want to tell you, what would you do time machine? I'll tell you what I'll do with the time machine.
Yeah. Kind of like that Uber driver I had in Portland who asked me what my favorite pie was. It's like,
tell
I
you
don't know,
my
I don't really
favorite
eat a lot of
pie.
pie. Well, my favorite pie. Now the wife makes a real nice blueberry, and this guy went on for the whole ride about pie.
Yeah.
What a guy. Portland, you're a hell of a town. Okay,
How was
next
your day?
question.
Let me
from-
tell you about my day.
JP Diddy asks or says the DLG casters are captured by an insane doctor and are stitched together a la
Gross.
human centipede. Who is front, middle, and back?
You
Dead's
do
front.
not want me in front.
Dead's front.
Seconds for everybody. Thirds.
I feel like I'd be the insane scientist or insane doctor in that scenario.
I think you guys
Gee,
would
you could
be
be
gentlemen.
first.
I think you guys would be gentlemen and just
Yeah.
let me be in the front.
Yeah, yeah. I would.
So perks of being a lady.
I would.
Like forget like if we were in Japan, different answer. But
And Ray is hair.
I'm kidding.
Ray's hair sweet. Like he is 100% covered in hair. So, but I would
Ugh.
hope that he would let me go second. I hope.
Oh, that's a horrible visual.
Yeah.
And we
I
all
don't-
forgot about that movie.
I don't want to put
I've
my,
never seen it, and I never will.
It's not as bad as you think. Don't watch the second one, though. That one is as bad as you think.
Is that the one with the prison, or is that the third one?
No, it's the one in black and white.
Oh, there's one in the prison. That's number 3. It's yeah. I ain't watch any of them, but
Let's see. Zap says, "Can you post a picture of the podcasters on r/roast me and read the best ones?"
I think that would
Oh
be
my gosh.
awesome.
Yeah.
I think it would be awesome.
Fuck.
But we need to like.
I'm not prepared for that. I made a
But that's the
joke today.
thing.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to
I
get
know.
dolled up for it.
I don't know, man.
I
See, I'm
made-
not familiar with roast me. I kind of know what it is, but are people just like, let's be funny, or are people like
No,
gonna
they're
get,
like they're like
racist
mad
and weird?
roasting. No, but the funny thing is like
Don't get
earlier
racist.
today. Well, earlier today I was like, oh, constructive criticism. I grew up with Asian parents. No way I can handle that. And it was a joke
Oh,
because Asian parents are very critical.
yes.
Yeah.
The worst.
No one's made me run to the bathroom crying as much as my mom. I'm just kidding. I love you, Mom.
Sam's mom was like, I know you're like 9 months pregnant, but you're fat. Yeah. But she's like fat for a pregnant woman. That's what you're
No,
Yeah.
calm down. Moms are savage, yo.
Yeah.
Oh man, I was working one of my early jobs working for the school district. I was working the before and after school program, and a little kid said to one of the other ladies working there, "You look like you're pregnant, but you're not."
Oof.
I was like, "Wow, that's."
Kids
Good.
love to say that, though.
Yeah, I mean, it was a little kid, so she had no idea what she was saying was so offensive.
Yeah.
But, God, kids are so, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Top of Reddit today was what's the it was them asking Santas of Reddit, like people that dress up as Santa, like what's the craziest thing that somebody's asked for? And the kid said the guy said somebody asked for black men. but they really meant they wanted Men in Black, like the DVD. But
I was gonna say like somebody was like, somebody asked for like a job opening as a Santa. I'm like, maybe it's like I was like, why don't adult stores have Santas? Why can't we sit on the lap of adult store Santas?
yeah, for sure, they would have something strapped to their lap.
If I were running an adult store,
Yeah.
I would have an adult store Santa.
Sexual Santa.
It seems like it could go very wrong.
Yeah.
All right, Bilbo Swaggins asks.
It's a working demo. I'm just kidding.
Bilbo Swaggins asks, have any of you played the Halo Master Chief Collection on PC? Do you guys always have a game? That's a second question. Do you guys always have a game that you come back to?
I'll answer the first question with my answer to the second question. Yes, we have TF2, which is better than Halo. So we'll just be playing that instead.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, TF2 and Left 4 Dead 2 are the two games. I mean, there's other games that I go back to, but those ones, I mean, TF2 came out 12 or 13 years ago, and I'm still going back to it like every so often. So, I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But no, I haven't played the Master Chief Collection. I know a lot of people have seen a lot of people on Steam playing it.
Yeah, a lot
Seems
of
to
my
be
friends.
a big hit. Everyone's loving it. It's really the first proper release Halo has had on the PC, because you could buy Halo like on the PC, but you had to buy a disc and you had to activate it through like the Microsoft thing. I think this was before games for Windows Live, but
This before games were structured properly for an online community.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to get into games, and it wasn't as good as it is right now.
Yeah, and so when Microsoft was trying to keep everything proprietary in-house and stuff, and now they're just like, take it all.
Yeah. All right, final question from Days. What gaming cultural phenomenon that takes gamers by storm do you want to see make a comeback, or do you think it'll never truly come back but only be something new?
I'd be cynical like that, except for like, what's it called? What was PUBG? That's called a
Battle
Royale. That was like a legit phenomenon, and it's still going on today. But now it's just becoming a feature within other games, so it can still happen. We don't know what the next PUBG is going to be. Yeah, of course, those are always good when they happen. That I want to see come back.
Arcades.
That'd be good.
Yeah, that'd be
That
cool.
dance game alone, that Dance Rush game.
Yeah.
Dude.
If we can get a little bit of Japan, mostly the misogyny, I like that side. But also the video games, that'd be cool.
What about light gun games? I don't think those are ever making a comeback, but yeah, let's get some more light guns out there.
Mm-hmm.
Let's play some Duck Hunt and some Virtua Cop.
They have VR now, dude. Like, why would you go back?
Oh no, because I mean the feeling of having an actual gun. What are you doing with your hand?
I'm fingering my bottle.
I don't know. Does
When we
anything
talk
ever
about
really
adult
come
store
back, though?
Santa, Emilio's hand suddenly grows a mind of its own.
Yikes.
What does come back? I don't know. I don't know if anything's ever really come back. Platformers have kind of had a little resurgence, I would say. But
Yeah.
they've never really gone away completely.
You know, when I had that interview with Nathan, who made Guard Duty, great interview. Check it out.
I'm so good on it.
He was talking about
Almost as good
pixel
as I am as a medic.
Oh no, I'll never be better at anything
Anything.
in my life than being a medic at TF2. But he was talking about pixel art because he's really into pixel art.
Yeah.
And how, you know, a lot of people kind of write it off as this nostalgia thing, but actually it's become its own thing. And it did kind of make a comeback, but then evolved into its own thing, which is
Which
really
is the best
interesting.
kind of comeback, really.
Yeah.
I mean, like Minecraft.
No,
And
they're
then,
talking about like, man, like
Undertale, pixel art games, you know.
Okay.
God, I don't know.
God damn
Just
it.
Go to
I'm trying
Steam
to think of like Dead Cells. Like Dead Cells is like a very good representation of the best pixel art, in my opinion.
Yeah, because of the motion in that. I mean, we're
Yeah.
seeing pixel art with a lot more frames of action now too, and it's really beautiful.
Yeah.
Even that artwork they had on Steam for the fall sale, I thought was really cool. But yeah, so I don't know, man. Pixel art definitely made a comeback and just expanded from there, like
That's a
became
good
its
answer,
own thing.
Mm-hmm.
So next week, I'm looking at Get the Fuck Out and GTFO and Disco Elysium. I don't know what my weeks are going to... Like, I'm supposed to be in bed in like 15 minutes because I got to be at work at like 5:30. So things are going to change for me. But I would like to say I'm home early, but there's tons of traffic. I don't know. It's all up in the air right now. I got to figure it out.
Yeah, but you got weekends off right now too, right?
Yeah, but there's like you can work any Saturday you want at time and a half, which is
That's
like,
pretty nice.
which is really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next week, I'm going to be playing more A Plague's Tale, Innocence, and I picked up Dark Side Detective, which I'm excited to play. And I also picked up another point-and-click adventure, Feria something. I saw it on Twitter.
Let's just delete TF2, man. You know it's healthier for the podcast. It's like,
Well, as long as you don't like hit me up and say, "Hey, let's play TF2," then I should be good. I was
well,
doing fine
fuck. I
until-
had a little kick. Like I've been playing without you. Don't think that I like.
Yeah, it's
That's
an amazing
addictive.
game. Feria de Arles, D
Oh, boy.
apostrophe Arles. I don't know.
See,
Another
this
point.
is pixel art gone wrong, Bobby. This is not a resurgence.
No.
Stardew Valley has good
yeah,
pixel
that's
art.
pixel art.
Yeah.
Yeah. Except I always change out the portrait mods for my characters because I really can't stand their faces.
I don't understand that. I think they're fine.
Well, have you seen my just look this up, DC Burger's portraiture mod. DC
Wow.
Burger.
Good luck with that, Bobby.
DC Burger portraits right there.
Portraits mod. There you go. Images.
You could add your own faces and then look at how good they all look. Like,
That looks so weird in that game, though.
I don't care. Like, look how hot Shane is. Everyone's fuckable all of a sudden.
Clint's a goddamn smoke show.
Yeah, look at Willie. Ooh. Even Pam's okay to look at.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know about Pam.
I like the ones. Yeah, I like the hand drawn ones.
Mm-hmm. And there are plenty of other portrait mods. It's just that this one's my favorite.
All right, Chi, what are you playing next week?
This week, I'm going to New York City.
Damn.
I am.
Oh, so are you not
I'm
gonna
already
be on
broke,
next episode?
and I'm gonna go and no, I'll be back. I'm only leaving Wednesday through Saturday, so I'll be back. I won't have much new content, but I've been gone for so long. I could probably just pull something out of my ass. So,
Okay.
yep.
Sounds good. So next episode, something out of Cheese ass.
The head of the centipede, by the way. Yes, I win.
Speaking for Bobby,
I know what
Chi,
I'm dreaming about tonight.
and myself, motherfucking titties. It's been a long time since I did a motherfucking titties.
Yeah. Thank you for coming out, guys. I'm happy to be back.
Thank you.